I'm preparing turkey cutlets filled with squash and served with Canadian Swiss and honey sauce. Let's begin. I've got a butternut squash. All you have to do is cut it in half, remove the seeds. You can either cook it in a microwave if you have one at home, 6 to 8 minutes, or until tender. Very, very easy. All you do is scrape it after, and I have it here. I have some old-fashioned mustard, about a tablespoon. All the ingredients will be found at the end of the segment. I need some butter. I have a tablespoon of butter. And with the back of a spoon, just mix everything together. And season lightly, a little bit of salt and pepper. Put this to the side. And take a look at these. They're just beautiful, beautiful turkey cutlets. Salt and pepper, little bit. And then we're going to distribute a little bit of the filling. Distribute it. Tuck in the sides like this. Really tight. And you have to get your hands dirty here. So I've got some skewers. This is probably the easiest way for you. If you've got some butcher twine at home and you're comfortable working with that, that's fine too. And just kind of prick them like you were sewing. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of making. Pan is hot. I need about a tablespoon of oil, fruity olive oil here, and about a tablespoon of butter. And it's nice to add both, so your butter doesn't burn if you've got a little bit of oil. So it's a nice little trick. What we want to do here is brown them 1 or 2 minutes on each side. And then they get finished in an oven, 350 degrees, anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes. And that'll give me time to make my sauce. Using nice, crisp green onions, color, flavor. There we have it. Chicken broth or vegetable broth, whatever you have on hand. And about 2 tablespoons of honey. We're going to cook this 4 or 5 minutes, about 4 minutes. We'll reduce in the meantime. Let's talk about cheese. I'm using some nice Canadian Swiss cheese. You'll know it's Swiss cheese. It's distinctive smell and the lovely holes. It melts really, really beautiful, has a really nice nutty flavor. If you don't have this on hand at home, you could use some cheddar, some Canadian Gouda. They all work really well. We've got a little bit of flour here. That'll thicken the sauce. And just toss it gently like this. Let's take a look at the sauce. It's reducing nicely. I'll reduce the heat. This is ready. And now I'm going to add my cheese. Just gently stir it. It'll dissolve and melt really, really nicely. We'll add the milk. About 3 tablespoons. While this is melting gently, I'll go get my meat. I'm sure it's ready. I'm ready to cut and plate this. I'll remove the skewer. It'd be difficult to cut it with the skewer. You can either cut this in half, diagonally, in little pieces. I'm going to cut it in half diagonally, just to make it look pretty. First piece like this. Next like that. Well, that looks pretty. It smells good. And I like my sauce on the side. Just like that. I think this is an elegant dish. We've got string beans, roasted tomatoes, really lovely cutlets stuffed with butternut squash, that lovely cheese sauce. All we have to do is eat.